Well, hey Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a review of the high-grade Nightingale. It's such a beast of a Gunpla, but it's also really fun to build, and I sort of appreciate the mobile suit as a design a lot more than I did before, so just again, further reinforces how much building Gunpla allows one to further appreciate a mobile suit. And crazy thing is it came in such a giant box, I could barely even fit it on screen. I think it even takes up the screen. This is huge. Is this the biggest high grade? I don't know. Let me know. Is Kshatriya kind of bigger? Let me guys know if you know if there's a bigger high grade. But actually when I built it, it wasn't as big as I thought. Look how small. No, I'm joking. That's the Mobile Suit Ensemble. That'll be another review. But yeah, let's get into this. But before we get started, if you haven't, please subscribe. If you think this is a cool video, give it a like. Check the links in the description for ways you can support the channel. But check out our Discord. We have a lot of fun there too. But let's get started. You know, so I wondered to myself as I was preparing this, how am I going to do this? I've lately been filming these where I have the overhead camera. It's a little easier for me. But then it's like I'd have to like zoom out and then like part of my desk will be shown, which I guess that's fine. But yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at this. You know, I have some shots that I'm going to show anyway to kind of see it. But man, this red really shows up great, doesn't it? Yeah, look at this thing. And you know, for one, it doesn't tend to fall apart too much, which is a good thing considering how big it is and bulky. In fact, I am using 2 of the Act 5 stage, Act Stage 5 stands. I think in the instructions it actually recommends 4. It actually has 4 of them attached together, although the 2 does just fine. It has a little bit of a wobble there, but yeah, it's fine. Honestly, this feels sturdy and secure. I have them up against the Hi-Nu. It looks fantastic. Yeah, but let's kind of, oh, that just fell off. But let's kind of look at the stuff here and kind of show you what this is all about. You know, for one, this was a very easy build, and by easy, it's because there's a lot of giant pieces. You know, some of, you know, with something this big, you'd almost think that would be a lot to it. It'd be complicated. It would feel like a master grade, but no, that's not the case. In fact, this was, it had a lot of big pieces. I mean, look, this is all one piece. This back end is all one piece. And, you know, that was fine. That actually made this a quick build. It actually made it a quick, fun build. I'm going to say that, like, for wanting to put something together, having fun with it, this hits all the marks. This is a 10 or 100, however you rate it. You know, that works great. And then when it comes to, you know, the final product and looking at it, you know, looking at, like, the RE100, shots in GBO2, in the manga, you know, the limited looks at this that we have out there, because you know it's from the Beltor Chica's Children manga. I have a video about that. There's not much reference to it, so when you actually see it, it's nice to actually get a good look to it and everything. You know, one fun thing about this kit was because of the neat little I don't know how you explain the, like, the cloth looking mesh or whatever material that would be part of the joinery here. I put a little gray wash on there, and I think that helped. I don't know how much it actually sticks out, but I think it kind of helped give it a good look. What's really cool is you see the mono eye right in there, and that actually does open up. So while that's not something we see in the animation of, like, Char's counterattack, you know, he does actually have the little cockpit capsule there. So that's pretty cool. That's a little added gimmick to this because, I mean, there's really not much going on with it other than it's, like, gigantic, really. You know, and so like the O, another thing that this does, both similarly in as it is as a Gunpla, but also in the story, are the sub-arms here. So, yeah, sub-arms that can come out of the front skirt. They can have another beam saber, which I think is a badass, you know, kind of boss battle style mobile suit. And you know what? I'm getting a little bit of drift. No, I'm not talking about analog stick, but this, like, camera arm I have up here. I don't know if you guys have realized it. It's like slowly moving one direction. I'll have to get to that later. Anyway, some other things I did. I just did some light panel lining. I used references from the manual itself, which I hope I have that around here. I was going to show that off. I have some references from the manual There's really not much to it, just some light panel lining. I'm not 100% on how I did this, but I did put the yellow and the thrusters on the shoulders because that's something else that was detailed. And I put the decals. It came with extra decals, but I put some in place like here, 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 and on the shield. How they called it out in the manual. Again, keeping it kind of consistent. And then the silver on the little, I don't know, divots. And then I did some gunmetal here, and this was I mean, it didn't have any different color anyway, but I wanted to put gunmetal. It doesn't really show up too much. I mean, this is a cool kit, but I don't think this is one that's primed for like completely overhauling in terms of like small little details, unless you were to go through and maybe etch in some more panel lines or completely redo some colors to it. I think the shape of the mobile suit actually speaks for itself. It's pretty amazing because it is very different than the typical mobile suit Gunpla, you know. And on the bottom too, we have all those thrusters that are in the little shoulder wing binders. There's even these thrust things. I'm forgetting the names of stuff already. That's sitting here, which is pretty cool. And it's actually at the bottom as well. And it comes with this little kickstand. You actually have to take it apart and adjust it and plug it back in to use as a kickstand. Or to make it look like it's flying, you just attach it to these stands here, which it works great. It has the male and female style. I don't know if I can get that in here. For the connectors underneath there. Here, I can completely turn them upside down. Yeah, let's see in between the legs here, if we can even get shots of that. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting something there. Yeah, so that just plugs in there, whereas the other side, it's part of that landing gear that sticks out, and then you have another plug in there. So it seems a little wobbly, but it actually works. So I got to say that it's pretty awesome. I mean, I feel excited about the suit, and I gotta say that's because this was actually a lot of fun to do. When it comes to articulation, it's actually pretty good. You get the good arm articulation. You got these little shoulder bits here. Even the way, you know, this kind of turns around and goes up and down. In fact, I think part of the gimmick is to have these go back to kind of enclose those boosters, right? I know there's a name for it. I just forget. Yeah, so you can kind of give it that look. The legs, the toes have their own movement too. There's inner toes also. Oh my God, it's so hard to really get good shots of this. It's so big. Yeah, you get some good articulation out of this, depending on what you're really trying to do, because just kind of the way it is, this way this bulky boy is, there's only so much you would do with it anyway. So yeah, it has this, like, you know, the beam tomahawk, beam saber thing it does. Let me get the other. It's got the gun here, which is pretty cool, and also has little stands that you can bring down here if you want it to set up like that. I don't know how the Nightingale would lay down to kind of get a shot like that, but hey. And it comes with, you know, the different hands you would expect. It has an open hand that just fell on the ground, and I don't know if I'll get it ever again. A closed fist, and then a fist that's open just enough for a beam saber, and then obviously the trigger finger hand that I currently have on the gun here. So it has those two beam sabers we saw on the sub arms. It actually has additional ones that use a different beam blade. So there are two different types. There's a beam blade that is more squared, a little edgier, a little more design, and then we have kind of a classic look. And then the pegs on the bottom are different, so they go to different beam handles. So that's something to keep in mind. I found that to be a very interesting addition. But also on that beam tomahawk itself, it has like different styles that you can put on. You can have it where it has just like the two like that, and then it has just two that are, you know, just like this. But also, if you wanted to, there's an additional one that you can kind of add in the middle. So it gives you different options for that. I don't know how much you would actually go through with that, but yeah, there you go. Cool thing about this suit is the bits, and it has like a whole bunch of them on here. You know what? I wonder if there's an add-on pack. I know with the Kshatriya, all those robot spirits, I have the effect parts for it. my Q-Blade, I have the effect parts for it. The, Kasai and Penelope have the effect parts. I wonder if there's something for the Nightingale. I need to look that up. It would kind of be cool to have it where you can have the bits shoot out with some effects on them. In fact, I didn't even try this out. That doesn't fit. There's a hole. It doesn't fit. The other one is a square. It won't fit. So, that's something. It would be cool if they had like an effect part set for this to come out. Considering we have that real grade high new and the Mega Bazooka launcher for it. It would be cool to get some effect option parts for this one as well. Well, and I think that just about does it. That is the high-grade Nightingale. It's a beast of a kit, and I want to thank Bandai Namco Entertainment America for sending it out to me in preparation of the Nightingale coming out in GBO 2, which is really awesome. So being able to build something like this, I don't think I would have bought it on my own, but actually experiencing building it because it was given to me, I appreciate it so much. This was a lot of fun. I really suggest anyone to get this. The only thing could be the size. I mean, is the size really a factor? Because while it's big and bulky, it does work on the stands when you put them on. Should have included them, but okay, I'll let it pass because it does have that landing gear in the back. But it would be, an awesome centerpiece to have with the high grade, or actually either one, but the real grade high new would look excellent as a centerpiece. So curious if this is something you guys got, if you've built it. Should I even try the RE100? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk later.